For decades, America has ruled the world in technology. AI, semiconductors, electric vehicles, you name it. But what if I told you that era might be coming to an end? China is no longer just the world's factory. It's leading the charge in AI breakthroughs, EV dominance, and even chip manufacturing. The US has tried to slow China down with sanctions and restrictions. But guess what? China is fighting back, hard. Could America actually be on the losing side of the tech war? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see why China's rapid rise is keeping Silicon Valley and Washington up at night. Before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss the biggest tech shifts of our time. AI is the future. And right now, the US still leads the way with OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic. But here's what most people don't realize. China is catching up at an insane speed. Take DeepSeek, China's answer to OpenAI. While ChatGPT dominates in the West, DeepSeek is backed by China's government and is trained on data completely outside US influence. And then there's SenseTime, Baidu's Ernie Bot, and Alibaba's Tongyi Qianwen, AI models that are rapidly improving despite US chip bans. Speaking of chips, Washington thought blocking NVIDIA's high-end GPUs would cripple China's AI development. But surprise, China responded by developing its own 7-nanometer chips, a milestone experts said was impossible under sanctions. So, here's the real question. Can America stay ahead in AI, or is China on track to dominate the industry? You probably know Tesla as the king of electric vehicles. But that crown, it's slipping fast. In 2023, China's BYD officially surpassed Tesla in global EV sales. And here's why that should terrify US automakers. First, cost. BYD's EVs are significantly cheaper than Tesla's, often by $10,000 to $15,000 per car. Why? Because China controls 75% of the global EV battery supply chain. Second, exports. While Tesla struggles with US tariffs and rising costs, BYD is expanding into Europe, Latin America, and even Southeast Asia. They're building factories outside of China, bypassing restrictions and flooding the market with affordable EVs. Third, lithium and rare earths. The US depends on China for over 80% of its rare earth minerals, essential for EV batteries. If China decides to cut off the supply, it could cripple US automakers overnight. So, is Tesla ready for this new competition? Or will China completely take over the EV market? If AI is the brain of the tech war, then semiconductors are the heart. And right now, the battle over chips, it's more intense than ever. The US tried to shut China out, blocking access to advanced semiconductor technology, cutting off ASML's extreme ultraviolet lithography, EUV machines, and banning sales of high-end NVIDIA and AMD GPUs. But here's the twist. China isn't backing down. SEMEC, China's top semiconductor manufacturer, just produced a 7-nanometer chip, despite US restrictions. Huawei shocked the world with the Mate 60 Pro, a 5G chip that was supposedly impossible to make under sanctions. And the Chinese government? They're pouring billions into domestic chip production, aiming for self-sufficiency by 2030. The US still has an edge with TSMC, Intel, and Samsung producing the world's most advanced chips. But let's be real. China is proving that sanctions alone won't stop them. Could this be the moment where America loses its monopoly on semiconductor technology? The battle for tech dominance is no longer just about companies. It's about governments, geopolitics, and global influence. China's Made in China 2025 strategy is a direct challenge to U.S. tech hegemony. They're pouring resources into AI and machine learning, electric vehicles and clean energy, and semiconductor independence, reducing reliance on the West. Meanwhile, in the U.S., the CHIPS Act is trying to bring semiconductor manufacturing back home. Silicon Valley still leads in AI breakthroughs, but the global tech world, it's splitting into two ecosystems. So what happens next? Will China overtake the US as the world's top tech power? Or will America stay ahead? Drop your opinion in the comments below. And if you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because this tech war is just getting started.